And we're back. We're back. I know how to do this! Alright, let's examine something else. Like this wall. Examine. I hope we can solve this case quickly. I'd like to return to relaxing on this sofa. That thing looks a billion times softer than my mattress at home. Can I sit on it too? Just for a little while, sir. Detective Gumshoe, you know I can't allow that. Until this case is solved, neither of us has time to spare, let alone rest. You're right, sir. I'm gonna work hard and be a real trooper to the end. Even once this case is over, I don't think he can afford to take any time off. Ah! Your jacket, sir! What's it doing on the floor? It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round. So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well? They dared to shoot the ultra special jacket that you made your prosecutorial. They dared to shoot the ultra special jacket that you made your prosecutorial... Your debut in? What if they had shot through it? That would have been a disaster. It's not worth getting worked up over, Detective. Not when there's something more here. Huh? Like what? I take it you haven't noticed it yet, Detective. There is a giant contradiction right here in front of us. Really? Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him. But I have my own methods, and I will conduct this investigation my way. He's not talking about Gumshoe, he's talking about Phoenix Wright. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that's when my deductive skills come into play. First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction. This is it. The bullet hole is where the contradiction lies. When I spot something that's off, I should touch the deduce button with conviction. Yeah, because this guy sounds like he can do anything with conviction. And when I have found sufficient proof to prove the contradiction, I present it. This is how I do things. Eureka! This bullet hole is the contradiction. What do you mean, sir? It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. The first felled the victim, and the second felled this frame. Hey, that's right! However, this gun was only fired once. Hey, that's true too! Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Or, I don't know, maybe they brought an extra bullet with it? I don't know. It's too early to jump to conclusions, Edgeworth. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight? By the way, I noticed something, sir. Yes? What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame? Ah, that. It's a secret safe. A secret safe? Oh, I smell money. I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now, if you could kindly move this frame out of the way. Roger that. Achoo! Achoo! Talk about dusty. I suppose that's what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while. I had no idea there was a safe here, or I'd have kept it clean for you, sir. So when did you put this thing in? It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one. Really? I had no idea. Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence. So what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth? Right now, nothing. We only use them to store especially important evidence when a trial is in session. That's it? Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams.
Secret safe data. Secret safe data jotted down in organizer.
I gotta work on my Japanese. Gotta work on it. Just gotta work. I know, the killer put the man against the wall and shot the victim. The bullet penetrated his body and then the wall. Then the killer moved the body and hung the painting back on the wall, only to let it fall after Edgeworth entered the room. That's the only logical thing. Of course! Tell that to the judge and he'll believe you. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Now this is odd. You found something, sir? This keypad. Don't you find it to be a bit too clean? Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself. You there, the forensic scientist. Yes, sir! Could you please dust this area for fingerprints? You got it, sir. I couldn't find, let alone lift, a single print. Looks like it was wiped down well.
Secret safe data updated in my organizer.
As I thought, it appears that logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information we have. Logic! Signs of a struggle? Another handgun? Wiped fingerprints? Oh. It's gotta be that. Maybe there's a killer's goal. Let's check it out. I believe I have figured out what the murderer was after. Well, what is it, sir? The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. I wonder if knowing that the motive behind this break-in was theft changes what the other pieces of information can tell me about this crime. That was just a lucky guess. Sometimes the logic's not as easily pointed out to you as other moments are, but that was just a lucky guess. There's a possibility that the files splayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer. Oh, you mean like it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir? Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen. Yes, sir! I'm going to shelve the files like you've never seen them before, even at a library! Sure. Let's give that a try.
Why do all the good ones always die young? Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth.
No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth.
And so what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth?
Wow, this guy's a really good lawyer. Hey, you're pretty cool. First, we calmly restore the files to their rightful place.
You got it. Here, let me help.
So this file goes here, and that book goes there.
You sure know a lot about where things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Because I'm the one who keeps it tighter, pal. Okay, done. It would appear that the murder was definitely committed here. Ugh. The bloodstains on the bookshelf are still fresh. I suspect that the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf. And then the guy fell onto the floor, right? The blood on the floor kind of grossing me out. Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now. But you know I'm no good with blood, sir. Hey, Dragriff, are you still in the chat? I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture. Just checking, don't worry. There is clearly a contradiction here with this bullet hole. Leica, you've been talking the whole time. I know you're there. And I'm glad you're here. I'm glad everyone's here. What do you mean, sir? You don't see? Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up. But what if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir? That would be illogical. The victim leaned against the shelf here after being shot. Hey, Grendel. Which suggests that he was standing when he was shot. And that means... Wait, what does that mean, sir? It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption, and it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. What is the faulty assumption that caused the problem with the bullet hole's position? Is it the position of the body? The position of the handprints? Or the order of the files? I believe the order of the files is a bit off. You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir. Oh? Yeah, you see here how the files that were shot begin with the number 0? What are these doing all the way down here after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird! Actually, the way they are organized now is the correct order. They are exactly as I see them in my mind's eye. But the numbers are all out of order. Those white binders are special, so they are arranged a little differently. But from this, we know that the files are not in the order when the crime was committed. Aha, so that's it. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you just did, detective. Oh, Grendel. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out. Do you think it'd be okay to prop the body back up to the way it was before it was moved? They finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. If you please, Detective Gumshoe. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith, and then put the files back in numerical order, I guess. No, and put the files back in numerical order, I guess! Exactly, and then proceeded to shoot the victim. But why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time? Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray twice, once before and once after the crime. But why? Now the crime scene is as it was at the time of the murder. Time to give it another look. Should I look at his hat? That's a pretty cool hat. Look at that hat. I'm gonna look at this. This. Well, what is that? Oh, snap! Snap-a-roo! Snap City! If I could snap, you bet I would. This is a perfect time to take a break. We'll be right back.